Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen auset-heru, and thank you for joining me for the wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and don't forget to drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And stick around to the end of the video because I have two of my favorite comments from previous videos, and one of those comments might be one of yours. So stick around and check it out. All right, so last week I did the top 5 complaints about Aquarius men. This week, a woman who's dating an Aquarius woman, she is a Cancer and she's dating an Aquarius woman, asked me to talk about the top 5 complaints about Aquarius women. Now, the young lady that asked me to talk about this cracked me up. She cracked me up because she was like, you know, my Aquarius reminds me of you and I'm a little scared. And I bust out laughing. I was like, yeah, you should be. You should be very afraid. So I'm going to give you guys the top 5 complaints about Aquarius women. And I'm not going to make any excuses. One thing about me, I hate excuses. I very rarely even respond to excuses. You know, it's either this is you or it's not you. That's it. If it's not you, move on. If it is you, I don't need to hear why it is or isn't. You know, if it is you and it's a problem, then you have to decide if you want to change it. Last week I got a lot of excuses from men as to why they act a certain way. And I'm like, homeboy, you ain't got to give me an excuse. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not your date. If you think it's a problem, change it. If you don't, don't. You know, nobody's here to judge you with Ask an Aquarius. We're just here to point out some things that people say, and you can decide if that's you or not. Okay? So these are all me. I'm just going to own them before I even say them. It's either me now or it has been me at some point in my life. So I have to own these immediately. Number 1, Aquarius women are accused of being non-committal. This is the one that we share with our men. Aquarius men and Aquarius women both got this complaint time and time again. It was the number 1 complaint for both of us. People say we're non-committal. And I don't have a real problem with that. I think that is a true statement. And I think it's okay to be non-committal if you're honest about the fact that you're non-committal. And most Aquarius that I know will commit. They just are waiting for it to feel right, to be right. You know, most Aquarius I know, especially the older ones, we've already played the games. We've already done the dating. We've done it all in a lot of cases. And we don't want to commit to another bad situation. So many of us come to the place of non-committal. And many of us just want to like kind of take things really slow. I take things extremely slowly at this point in my life because I didn't when I was younger in life, and it got me into some shenanigans. So yeah, Aquarius men and women may seem non-committal, but it doesn't mean we won't commit. It just means that we are going to be very cautious about it. Okay, so we both share that one. The second one, Aquarius women are accused of being mean. A lot of people say we're mean, and they're like, you guys are kind of mean. And I'm like, well, you know, I can't give any excuses for it, but some Aquarius women are mean. And some Aquarius women just appear to be mean because they have resting bitch face, or because they're, you know, about their business. They're very serious. They're to themselves. Any of these things sometimes can be, you know, thought of as being mean, or she could just be mean. You know, some Aquarius women, especially Aquarius women who have been really, really hurt from wearing our heart on our sleeve, have a tendency to go in the opposite direction. So you might come across the mean Aquarius woman here and there. So either mean or the perception of being mean. So it is what it is. I've had people tell me that they've seen me with some looks, and I'm like, you know, I do give some face. When people acting stupid, I do give some face. So that is a true statement. But I don't really think that, and I did another video about are Aquarius really mean? I really don't think that we're really mean, but I can see how some people perceive it that way. Aquarius women are also said to be kind of masculine. And I've talked about this many times before because it comes up all the time. It's one of the problems a lot of Aquarius women who are dating, especially when they're dating men, they tell me they run into this problem a lot. We have like a masculine energy to us. Even those of us who look feminine may feel what is traditionally considered to be a little masculine, especially to a man. So we've talked about this many times and the reasons why. One of the biggest reasons is because Aquarius is ruled by two planets. Depending upon what time period you look at it, we're ruled by Uranus and Saturn. At first, they didn't know about Uranus, they just knew about Saturn, and then over time, they found Uranus and was like, oh, okay, Aquarius has a co-ruler. So we have two masculine planets, and the gender of the planet does play on the characteristics of the zodiac sign. So Aquarius women are said to have a little bit of a masculine energy that comes from those planets. And I would have to agree. I've met a lot of Aquarius women, and some of them did not look masculine, but still had some of the traditional masculine characteristics. It's more of an energy than anything else. And some of us do talk about it and laugh about it, but it is something that people often say. Number 4, the fourth complaint is that we have this unconventional behavior. So it's the eccentric weirdo. We're the eccentric weirdo. And I get this a lot about Aquarius women. Aquarius men get this too, but it's lower down the list. For us, it's much higher. So we do have eccentric, unconventional behavior at times because our thought processes aren't the same as everybody else. That's just how we are. So we do have this unusual, what seems to others as unusual behavior. But if you can get an Aquarius to talk about why they do something, you'll usually come to find they have a good reason. Might not have been one you thought of, but we usually have a very good logical reason. Aggressive, the last one. A lot of men especially, and some women, told me that Aquarius women are extremely aggressive. And some of them didn't mind this, especially when it was more like a sexuality kind of thing, But sometimes it is minded in other cases. We can be aggressive. And not always, it depends on the situation. I know for me, I get more aggressive the more irritated I get. So the more you irk me, the more aggressive I become. The less irked I am, I'm just, everything is great. I'm so cooperative when people don't irk me. But we know that's not the world that we live in. So Aquarius women are often accused of having an aggressive energy. Aggression doesn't have to be a bad thing, depending upon how it's used. Like if you're aggressively seeking to open a business, or you're aggressively going after your goals or something like that, those can be good things. But if you're aggressive in the sense of barking at people, or if you're aggressive in that kind of a sense, which goes back to that mean energy, if you're that kind of aggressive, that can be problematic. But I don't think aggression in itself is a problem. Men are known throughout history to be aggressive energy, and it's not seen as negative all the time. Sometimes it is. Wars or things like that are seen as being aggressive and negative, but also this is the same energy that builds companies. This is the same energy that creates empires. So it doesn't have to be negative unless you choose it to be. And that's how you express it. So those are the 5 complaints I get about Aquarius women, and I get them over and over again. And like I said, I've been these things at different times. I think I'm more non-committal now than I ever have been. I think over like the past 9-10 years, I've been extremely non-committal, maybe even longer than that, maybe 15 years. I can be mean. When I'm irked, I can be really irritated. I can be hangry too. Don't get me hungry. My energy can be a little masculine, which again, I don't see as being a negative thing. I don't date men, so what difference does it make, you know? If you do date men and you're an Aquarius woman, that is something that I hear over and over again, and you just have to figure out with your significant other how to balance it. My behavior is extremely unconventional. I was telling somebody once, I don't even know what it means to be normal. I used to try to do it and it just didn't happen. It didn't come out right, you know? So I just gave up on it. And aggressive, I can be aggressive depending on the situation. So like I said, all 5 of these is me, so I can't complain. Now let's take a look at some of the comments that I got from the comment section. The first one is from Aquarius' point of view. She has received one of the highest number of hearts from me. And she said, thank you, Queen, so much for bringing us more magic into our lives. You're very welcome. I hope that everybody's life is magical and abundant. And I'm glad that you enjoyed that video. I did a video last week about how to bring more magic into your life. So if you didn't see it, check out last week's videos. Then I got a message from Lily. Hey, Lily. Lily said, Queen, I always learn in your class. Favorite teacher on YouTube. Some of you guys might not know this, but I taught my entire career. I still teach. I taught from 18 years old till I retired from the school district in 2012. I was, I think, almost 40. And I still teach English classes and magic classes and all kind of stuff now. So I've always taught. Isn't that crazy? When I was a little girl, I used to come home from school and teach my friends the things I learned in school. So it's always been my thing. Teacher, healer, that's always counselor Troy, you know, kind of energy. That's always been my thing. So thank you. I'm glad that you guys learned things from me, because know that I learned them from somewhere, and I believe in each one, teach one. So whatever I learn, I believe in passing on. So I'm glad that you guys learned something and get something from it. All right. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you would like to get a reading done, please email me and I'll give you an appointment. All my information is underneath this video. So if you would like to become a patron, if you would like to send me a gift, if you would like to send a donation, if you want to check out my merch, everything is underneath this video. All right. Come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.